today's session, we are going to discuss management process. A process is something that what a person does in the context of his individual duties and responsibilities assigned by his or her immediate higher authority. In management, there is planning, action, and control cycle. A process indicates the dynamic nature of management. So, management is regarded as a social process because it is directly concerned with management of human resources in order to secure cooperation and teamwork from the people in their performance. There are twin purposes of the management process. First one, maximum productivity or profitability, and maximum human welfare and satisfaction. There are 5 parts of management as a process. First one, management is coordination. Second one, management is a process. Third one, management is a purposive process. Fourth one, management is a social process. And fifth one, management is a cyclical process. First point, management is coordination. Coordination of resources. Resources are 4 M's, namely men, machines, materials, and money. So these are the 4 M's of management. So the manager of an enterprise must effectively coordinate all activities and resources of the organization. Second one, management is a process. The performance of managerial functions as a means of achieving coordination. The manager achieves proper coordination of resources by means of the managerial functions such as planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. Third one, management is a purposive process. Establishing the objectives or purpose of management process. That is, it must be purposeful managerial activity. It is directed toward the achievement of predetermined goals or objectives. So without an objective, we have no destination to reach or a path to follow to arrive at our destination. So in an organization, the destination is to achieve the organizational goals. So both management and organization must be purposive or goal-oriented. Finally, they have to accomplish organization objectives. Fourth point, management is a social process. So it is the art of getting things done through other people. So the management of human resources in order to secure cooperation and teamwork from the people in their performance. Last one, management is a cyclical process. It represents planning, action, control, and replanning cycle. That is, it is an ongoing process to attain the planned goals. So these are the 5 points, 5 process of management. Next topic is principles of scientific management. In 19th century, there were only few external management tools, models and methods available. At this juncture, Mr. F.W. Taylor brought about a scientific approach to managing the workforce. After his experiments with the African and South American slaves employed in a coalfield in England, his aim was absolute harmony in workplace for overall productivity of the organization. There are 5 principles of scientific management propounded by Taylor. They are science, not a rule of thumb; harmony, not discord; mental revolution; cooperation, not individualism; and development of each and every person to his or her greatest efficiency and prosperity. First point, science, not rule of thumb. In order to increase organizational efficiency, the rule of thumb method should be replaced by the methods developed through scientific analysis of work. Rule of thumb means decision taken by manager as per their personal judgments. For example, loading iron sheets into boxcars can be scientifically planned. This will help in saving time as well as human energy. Decisions should be based on scientific inquiry with cause and effect relationship. The work assigned to any employee should be observed and analyzed with respect to each element or part thereof and the time involved therein, so as to decide the best way of performing that work and to determine the standard output for the same. So this principle is concerned with selecting the best way of performing a job through the application of scientific analysis and not by hit and trial methods. Second point, harmony, not discord. According to Taylor, that there should be complete harmony between the workers and the management. Since if there is any conflict between the two, it will not be beneficial either for the workers or the management. So, both they have to realize the importance of each other. In order to achieve the organizational goal, there should be harmonious relationship between workers and the management. Management should always be ready to share the gains of the company with the workers. And also, the workers should provide their full cooperation and hard work for achieving organizational goals. So, there should be perfect understanding between the management and the workers, and also they should feel that they are part of same family. For example, in most of the Japanese companies, paternalistic style of management is in practice, and there is complete openness between workers and the management. Usually, workers do not go on strike, but if at all they do so, they just wear a black badge and work even more than the normal hours just to impress upon the management that their focus is on their demands as well as organizational objectives so that Japan has developed soon. Third point, mental revolution. Mental revolution involves a change in the attitude of workers and management towards each other. Both should realize the importance of each other and should work with full cooperation. Management as well as the workers should aim to increase the profits of the organization. The workers should put in their best efforts so that the company makes profit. And on the other hand, the management should share part of profits with the workers. Thus, mental revolution requires a complete change in the outlook of both management and workers. There should be a spirit of togetherness between workers and management. Point number 4, cooperation, not individualism. There should be mutual cooperation between workers and the management. Mutual confidence, cooperation, and sense of goodwill should prevail among both manager as well as workers. Both management and workers should realize the importance of each other. Workers should be considered as part of management and they should be allowed to take part in decision making process of the management. At the same time, management should always welcome their suggestions and should also reward them if their suggestions prove to be beneficial for the organization. At the same time, workers should also resist from going on strike or making unnecessary demands from management. Both of them should visualize themselves as two pillars whose soundness alone can ensure achievement of common goals of the organization. So Taylor also suggested that there should be proper division of work and responsibility between the two. Management should always guide, encourage, and help the workers. Point number 5, efficiency of each and every person to his or her greatest efficiency and prosperity. To attain the efficiency, steps should be taken right from the process of selection of employees. Employees should be scientifically selected. The work assigned to each employee should suit his or her physical, mental, and intellectual capabilities. Efficiency of any organization also depends on the skill and capabilities of its employees to the great extent. Providing training to the workers was considered essential in order to learn the best method developed through the use of scientific approach. The work assigned to each employee should suit his or her physical, mental, and intellectual capabilities. Efficient employees produce more to earn more. So these are the 5 points belongs to scientific management. Next topic we will continue in the next session. Thank you.